Best level, we're in fourth entry. Fourth entry.
Can I kick the door? I'm good.
Kick the door.
Police! Yep, she's dead. She's right here. We got her.
Police just found the body of 29-year-old Shannon Hyatt with more than 30 stab wounds across her body and a deep slash across her throat. The defensive wounds on her hands made one thing clear. She fought back. Hard. Her killer, however, wasn't hiding. He'd already called 911 himself.
I would like to turn myself in because I'm very mentally unstable.
Okay. And what's going on there?
I murdered my girlfriend.
How are you feeling about like our interactions? Are you feeling like you're a god right now?
But sitting across from Chance Donahue, detectives would find themselves pulled into something far more disturbing than a murder confession. An obsession, and a secret he thought no one would ever uncover.
Looking at my camera, and this is at 11:57 p.m. It's just very weird to me.
What he didn't know, the cameras had already caught everything. In the early morning hours of August 29, 2023, 27-year-old Chance Donahue called the Powell Police Department. The dispatcher had no idea that Chance is about to drop a chilling confession.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
My name is Chance.
Okay. And what's going on there?
I murdered my girlfriend. You'll need to use forceful entry to get into the house. I plan on taking myself to the police station after this phone call.
Do you want
Yes.
the police to come to you? Can they come to you?
I would like to turn myself in because I'm very mentally unstable, and I'm worried that I'm going to commit by cop if the cops come and pick me up. So I need to go into the station for my safety and the police officer's safety.
Well, do you want to go ahead and get in your car and go ahead and drive to the police department and I'll stay on the line?
Yeah.
Chance is confessing to murdering his 29-year-old ex-girlfriend, Shannon Hyatt. As he continues speaking with dispatchers in Powell, the information is immediately relayed to Columbus authorities, who rush officers to the address he provided. But as units race to the scene, nobody yet knows whether Shannon has truly been murdered, or if Chance is leading officers into some twisted game. As units urgently race towards the address, the dispatcher continues trying to gather more information from Chance, only to make a horrifying realization that he's still armed and standing mere steps away from another two potential victims.
Do you have any weapons on you?
Your Chance,
I have the murder weapon with me.
are you able to leave that in your apartment? I want you to leave that in your apartment, okay? I don't want you to take any weapons with you.
Okay.
What is the murder weapon?
It's a knife. Is there any way that I could put it somewhere where there's a child in the home and I don't want him to see it?
There's a child in your apartment?
Yeah, I live with my mother, and she's standing right next to me, holding me accountable for making this phone call. And I just don't want my little brother to see it. He's only 7 years old.
Okay, can we put the knife on top of the refrigerator?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I want you to put it on there, not your mother. I don't want your mother to touch it.
Okay. I'm going to put the knife on top of the fridge. Don't touch it at all. Okay? I'm going to give my mother one last hug before this all starts.
Okay. All right, go ahead and do that.
I'm going to go to prison now.
With Chance's family still inside the house, including a child, officers now know that the clock is ticking, and he could change his mind and strike again at any moment. As units urgently rush to rescue the family and take him into custody, the dispatcher works to keep Chance talking, hoping to keep him at the house long enough for officers to reach the scene. But what none of them realize yet is that Chance has already caught on, and he has plans of his own.
Are you in your car?
Yes, I just turned on my car. Give me a second. I can't really move my hand very well.
You're fine. Stay there for right now. I just want you to take a couple deep breaths, all right?
Okay.
How's your finger doing?
Can't really move it.
How deep did it go?
I'm pretty sure it sliced the ligament.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to send a medic to you first?
No. I'll receive all my treatment at the jail. please, and thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. Where are you at in the lot just parked right in front of your apartment?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I need to bring myself to you, and I don't want to be tricked into being picked up. And so I'm going to refuse to answer that, but I'm in my car. The car is started, and I will not disconnect this call until I reach the jail cell and you have spoken with an officer.
Okay.
Verifying that. I am not safe.
Okay.
I am not a safe person right now, and the safest thing is for me to turn myself in at a jail.
Okay.
Not be picked up, because if guns get drawn on me, I don't know what I'm going to do.
By his own admission, Chance has already told dispatchers that he is dangerous and not safe to be around right now. But even as he claims to be driving toward the police station, officers cannot ignore the reality that an armed and unstable man is still out on the streets, potentially putting countless lives in immediate danger. As dispatchers work to track his movements through cell phone data, officers rapidly shift course and flood the area where his signal places him, knowing they need to locate and stop him before the situation escalates even further.
I left the apartment complex, but I need to pull over real quick and put the address in.
You left?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you at?
There's a cop right behind me, and I know that I'm being followed and everything. If you have this officer on dispatch, I need you to tell him to just follow me to the police station.
Can you just pull over and let him put you in the back so he can take you to the police station? It'd make it so much easier, Chance.
How?
It would just make it be done right now.
Okay.
Okay? Can you just pull over right now?
Yeah.
Thanks to dispatch keeping Chance engaged on the phone and delaying his departure from the house despite his increasingly unpredictable behavior, officers were able to intercept him less than half a mile from the address that he had left. After turning through an intersection, Chance pulled into a Sheetz gas station, where officers finally made contact
with him for the first time.
Hey, Chance. You can hear me. Turn your car off.
Yeah, good luck.
Can you make commands? Because you probably can't hear me on this side. Put your both hands out the window for me. Both hands out. Put your hands out. Keep them out. Hands out. Keep your hands out. One of your hands out. Open the door from the outside.
With Chance finally in custody and cooperating with deputies, it almost seems as though they have managed to avoid what could have become a violent confrontation. But unbeknownst to them, Chance has already had a violent night of his own and had not been lying over the call. And now, as he volunteers more information, the chilling reality of what he might have done to Shannon begins to take form.
In the handle of the driver's side door, you will find the car keys and house keys of the house of the victim.
Okay. Who's the victim?
Shannon Hyatt.
Who's she to you?
She's my ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend? Okay.
Are you injured at all, Chance, besides your finger?
Just a little scratch on this other hand. But
your other hand?
The laceration on this pinky.
When did that happen?
During the attack.
Okay. And you put that bandage on yourself?
Yeah, it's just a napkin and some medical tape.
Okay.
I was headed to the police. I was actually pulling over the address.
Yeah, this car needs to just be taped off. There's blood everywhere.
What you lock it? As officers searched Chance, the blood covering his socks and shoes provided further confirmation that his confession was real. While one unit transported him to the police station, everyone's focus shifted to the officers racing towards Shannon's home. If there was any possibility she was still alive, they knew every minute mattered. But before we...
Now back to the video.
That's level. We're in 4th entry. 4th entry.
Okay, let's go. I'm good.
Ask them if they're following. It sounds like he showed up somewhere and like took off. They're following him.
Yeah, it said Alfie.
All right, we're good to 4th entry?
She's dead. He's saying she's dead, right?
All right. Can I kick the door? I'm good.
Kick the door.
Police! Yep, she's dead. She's right here. We got her. Clear the house. Let's go.
That's 11. That's 11. We're in the house. We got one down on the floor.
Columbus Police! Let's go. Come on. I got here. Hold that. Go. Basement.
I get updates where they're at.
Somebody come with me in the basement.
Most police. Where's that? Watch out. That doesn't loop back around. That's 11. She appears to be 10-18, but send a medic in. Columbus Police!
They're on their way in.
Check everything.
Copy. They're aware.
We got enough in. Got back out.
A way to get to the back.
Well, hey, check the yard back there while you're back there.
I love when we check the wrong fucking house. Look.
Did you get shot or did you get stabbed?
Everything has my sign.
You fucking pulled it through that?
Yeah, look like Thunder Flow. Okay. I'm gonna get out of your seat.
I'm gonna get out of here. Wait, Mark, sorry.
You lock the back door.
Back door's locked.
There's blood in the hallway.
Yeah.
See that?
But I mean, there's a hole.
Struggle.
A hole like this big in her throat. I'll pull down.
Yeah, it might well.
Inside the home, officers found 29-year-old Shannon Hyatt lying on the living room floor with numerous stab wounds across her upper body and a deep slash across her throat. A large pool of blood had formed beneath her, with additional bloodstains splattered across the carpet and couch throughout the room. Shannon was pronounced dead at the scene.
He killed her. Oh my God, it makes me sick to my stomach.
But for the responding officers, the nightmare still did not feel over. Fearing that Chance may have harmed someone else before making the call, units urgently rushed to the home that he had called from to make sure that his mother, Ashley Ratka, and younger brother were still all right.
How are you, Mom? Okay. Can I just have you step out here real quick? Is there somebody else with you? What's up, Pop? Just your... Okay. Is he awake? Okay. I just want to make sure he's okay. That's all we got to do is just make sure he's okay for right now, okay?
Is Chance at the police station now?
We have him in custody. Yeah, he went voluntarily. Okay. All right. Where's he at? Where is your son located at? Do you want to show one of us while one of us stays down here? Just show him. We just got to make sure he's okay.
We just got to make sure he's not hurt or injured or anything
like that.
Are you gonna wake him up?
For right now, we'll just leave him stay where he is right now.
As long as we can see that he's alive and sleeping and fine, and doesn't need a medic or anything like that, then
we'll go ahead. Okay. But we do. I get it. We totally understand. But we need to make sure that he's okay. All right. You want to walk up there, Latch? Yeah. Hey, ma'am. Is there a knife?
Yes.
Okay.
As officers searched through the residence, they recovered the knife sitting on top of the refrigerator, exactly where Chance had described it to dispatch during the 911 call. Near the washing machine, investigators also discovered a pile of clothing believed to be the first set of clothes that he had worn when he initially went to Shannon's home. Officers then checked on Ashley's younger son and confirmed that he was still unharmed, still asleep in his bedroom as the investigation unfolded around him. Back at the scene, Chance is taken into police custody and he's transferred to the Columbus PD and taken to Franklin County Jail, where detectives brought Chance in for questioning.
By now, they knew this would be the most critical
stage of the investigation. At that point, they still had no idea what events had led to Shannon's brutal murder, and everything now depended on what Chance chose to say inside that interrogation room.
Given his previous threats to take his own life, detectives knew
that they had to handle the interview carefully. Without a clear motive on record, a defense attorney had everything that they needed to argue that Chance never understood what he was doing, which meant that he could avoid a murder conviction
entirely.
I had a major psychological break and kind of completely and utterly lost control of my actions, which I know is not an excuse, and I need to pay for my mistakes and my actions and pay the consequences for everything. But basically, me and Shannon are going through a really bad breakup right now.
Right.
Because I am unable to be honest and unable to not steal and unable to not take advantage of people that are around me. And I took advantage of her a lot, and so we broke up, and she's been just making all these Facebook posts about our breakup. And
I've read some of them.
She's also come after my mom and stuff, and it's kind of one of those things where it's it's one thing to drag my name through the mud. You can take all my friends. It hurts. But I just kind of lost it whenever.
That would be frustrating and hurtful, right? For some of the dirty laundry stuff to kind of get aired, and which you would think would be private between you and Shannon is aired out there.
I didn't really expect it to be private, but also there's another layer to it of all I wanted to do was communicate about it, but I didn't have any way of communicating because I'm blocked on everything, even email.
It's a little bit different.
It felt very similar.
Okay.
She's been completely and utterly trashing my mom all over the internet and making my mom out to be a laughingstock and saying things like me and my mother's relationship is extremely inappropriate, implying that we want to have sex with each other and shit. It's fucking disgusting. Are you serious right now?
Did that piss you off?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, what do
you have the fucking audacity to start publicly saying that the reason I date older women is because I have an Oedipus complex. You're only 3 years older than me. It's not like I'm out here dating 40-year-old women. You know what I mean? Dating somebody that's 3 years older than me.
While Chance's claims about Shannon and the belief she held initially sounded outrageous, detectives were caught off guard when his mother confirmed that Shannon had, in fact, made disturbing accusations about their relationship, which Chance shared with her.
Obviously there's not a reason to ever murder someone, but this girl has been messing with him pretty significantly since they've split up, and they've only been split up for a week, but she was a problem, and I anticipated it getting worse before it got better with her stalking him, and just really she no longer had control of him, and I think that was making her crazy because she had a lot of control of him before. In fact, I moved back here a little over a year ago from out in the New Philadelphia, Cambridge area, back here, Birmingham, to go to Olentangy schools. I lived here. I'm originally from Columbus, but in 2017 I moved out that way, and then a little over a year ago in June, Liam and I moved back. Chance already lived down here, and that's around the time that he and Shannon got together. And I've only seen him a handful of times, and she did not like me, and I don't know why. And like, I felt like I lost my son, and then he came home a week ago, and I didn't even realize. I felt like I got him back, you know, because I was like, gosh, like, now we can finally, like, be a family again. I've been begging him to come and hang out with his brother, with me, like, it was like just so hard to get him to. Said, I gotta go. Shannon's flipping out right now. She took plan B and she's throwing stuff and she's flipping out. And I just thought to myself, your mother's going in for surgery. You just had a vasectomy, but she still gets to be like the center of attention. And obviously there's no reason for somebody to kill somebody like that. There's not, but there were major problems.
Chance's mother went on to describe how Shannon's social media posts had encouraged other people to monitor Chance and track his movements, escalating the fallout from their already toxic breakup even further. Back in the interrogation room, Chance continued speaking at length about the disturbing accusations and claims that Shannon had allegedly been making about him
and their breakup on social media.
In that moment, I mean, like, I felt betrayed the whole breakup.
Sure.
She's been just, like, telling everybody everything, which, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would do the same thing if somebody did that I did to her. But, like, she told me that, like, she wasn't gonna tell anybody about the theft and stuff because I paid her back the money that I took. And the only reason I took the money is because she took my debit cards because she didn't trust me with finances.
Okay.
And so, like, I'm not trying to sit here and, like, say all of my actions have a rational and logical explanation. Because, like, I don't want to be this way. I don't want to lie. But I don't know how to stop. I don't want to steal, but I don't know how to fucking stop.
Right.
And now...
Is that in part because of the addiction, do you think, with ketamine?
I mean, the stealing had to do with being... Shannon thought that the stealing had everything to do with the addiction to ketamine, when in reality, I go through bouts of unemployment because of the nature of my work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I run out of money. And then Shannon gets fucking... or would get, like, really, like, mean and say really nasty things and all this shit. And so in my mind, just take this money, give it right back to her as your money so that she shuts the fuck up and everything can be, like, happy and peaceful. And then we can, like, coexist in a happy, peaceful household, and then just replace the money before she finds out that it was taken.
Makes sense.
I guess, but, like, at the end of the day, I don't know how to stop, and now I've killed.
But as detectives continued speaking with Chance, they began to realize that the breakup and the alleged theft may have only been small pieces of a much larger problem. Those issues may have pushed him further, but they did not fully explain why he ultimately crossed the line into murder. As the interview went on, detectives could tell that something far deeper had been building inside him for a long time.
I have undiagnosed schizophrenia.
Okay.
I have auditory and visual hallucinations. I went to a music festival this past weekend and kept, like, seeing Shannon everywhere, and I thought that she was, like, following me around to, like, keep...
Weren't you there with her at Legend Valley?
No, not at Legend Valley.
Okay.
Just this past weekend at Wonderbus downtown. I was there and I was working the festival, and I kept thinking that, like, I saw Shannon, and then, like, I would look up at the road and I would think that, like, I would see her drive by, and, like, she has known about every single move that I've made since we've broken up. Like, where I'm at, what I'm doing, who I'm hanging out with, everything. And so, like, I was getting really paranoid and frustrated because I thought that she was kind of like stalking me or something.
So you didn't go anywhere else afterward? You went directly to your mom's?
I went directly to my mom's because I just wanted to tell my mom face to face. And I woke my mother up and I said I killed Shannon.
How did your mom take it?
Like, shook, shaken, like just did not know what to say or do. She didn't cry, but she didn't she immediately said, we need to call the police right now because that is the right thing to do.
She's probably in shock.
And then she kept just saying things like, you had your whole life. Anything that Shannon could have done to you, we could have worked through. Like, this was not worth it. Some dumb girl was not worth this.
But while Chance may have felt as though he was keeping those struggles buried internally, to his mother, his deteriorating state of mind had been painfully obvious long before he ever considered harming Shannon.
They allow, basically they lock everything down, and then when we come in, we evaluate what's going on.
So none of this stuff was like Chance's own mind and Leo's. This was his medication. He didn't have any medication for the last couple of weeks. He was diagnosed bipolar disease for one thing.
Okay. And you said he hasn't had his medication?
No, it was on Abilify, it was on Wellbutrin. And he hadn't had it for...
You know, I can't tell you why he did what he did. Maybe he told you.
He told me it was like hearing voices and all kinds of stuff like that.
So I don't know what's going to happen, okay? Obviously, you know, I don't know how everything's going to play out down the road, but, you know, I think it's really important that you understand that there's nothing you could have done.
There's nothing I could have done. There's a million things I could have done, and now, like, he's gonna sit in jail the rest of his life. His brother's gonna have to deal with, like, everybody in the community, like, treating him.
You can.
And now his life is over, and, like, all this. And I told him, like, just love him so much. I love my son so much. And I just can't believe this has happened.
I'm really sorry.
I feel so bad for her family too, and even though she was like doing whatever she could to mess with him so much, like she didn't deserve that.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't control your kids, you know. I mean, he's an adult and he made decisions, and that's not on you, that's on him, you know. I mean, you did your best, and you know, at some point you gotta let them be adults.
I
right?
have, and I've done that. I've played that card. I've done every single thing. I've tried to do it all. He's been in and out of counseling since he was like 4 or 5 years old.
And it sounds like you've done everything. I mean,
But what his mother did not realize at the time was just how close Chance was to the breaking point, and that when he finally crossed it, it would happen in the worst way imaginable, something he now describes to detectives in chilling detail.
I was just kind of driving around because I just didn't really know what to do.
When was this?
This was at about like 11 o'clock.
Last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just driving around between like 11 and like midnight.
Okay.
And just kind of like trolling around.
And had you met with Wesley?
No. Okay. Wesley, I hadn't seen Wesley since I left the job site. I actually just like drove by your house before I like went back to my mom's house and changed into clothing.
Okay.
And then went back down.
Did you go up to the house the first time?
No.
Okay. And what car were you in?
I was in my silver Chevy Cruise.
Okay. So you drove by.
Yeah.
And at that point, did you see Matthew or?
I mean, I saw a van, and then I saw a person that looked like Matthew leave, and I just kind of didn't think of anything about it because I didn't know what kind of vehicle he drove. And also, he, like the van door was open, so it almost like looked like somebody just like stopped by to run inside real quick and then leave to like pick something up or drop something off. So I didn't really think much of it, and then, yeah.
And at that point, did you have the knife with you?
No.
Okay, so you drive by, not sure what time? Was it dark?
Yeah, it was probably like 11:30.
Okay, so then you drive by.
I just drove by because at first, like, all I wanted to do was just, like, knock and talk. But, like, I don't know. I know, like, this doesn't make any logical sense because knocking and getting the police called on you and getting a trespassing charge is far less severe than getting a murder charge. But
sure.
I just, like, I got to spend time with the vessel that was Shannon, and I got to absorb her spirit and get some of her back.
When detectives reviewed surveillance footage from Shannon's home, they spotted Chance's car repeatedly driving past the area throughout the night before he finally arrived at the house. And as detectives confronted him with more of the footage, Chance began making even more chilling admissions, leaving investigators questioning whether they truly understood his motive at all.
We have some video, like from the neighbors, like cameras or video systems, and it looks like you had walked up to the house maybe with like a t-shirt on initially.
Yep.
Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Why don't you kind of tell me about when you first walked up to the house, around what time that was, if you recall, and what kind of happened the first time?
So I think it was between the times of like 10:30 and 11, or maybe 10 and 11, or somewhere around that time frame. That was the time that I like drove past and was like saw the van, was trying to like work up the nerve to like go up to the door, but like didn't really know what to do. So I guess I don't know why, but I was just like, why don't you just like kind of just like see if she's even like here. And so I peered into the garage window to see if her car was there, and then I tried to see if I could see what room she was in without her seeing me on her cameras and stuff. And then I didn't see anything, and then whenever I left, I was like, you need to just go home, and you need to just give your mom your car keys, and you need to check yourself into a psych ward.
So when you walked up to the house 11, whenever, you hadn't planned on hurting her at that point?
No, not at all.
But a neighbor's surveillance camera captured Chance at a crucial moment later that night, dressed in black and walking toward Shannon's home just moments before he killed her.
Laying here after seeing all this, looking at my camera, and this is at 11:57 p.m. It's just very weird to me. I don't know if that helps or anything.
Yeah, it probably does.
And then a little bit later it shows him coming back out, and the club is down there somewhere.
Okay. Is that as much of the video? Okay.
Now, as detectives try to understand what suddenly changed in Chance's mind that night, they begin to realize that while his answers may be genuine, the truth behind them is far darker than they initially
imagined.
Had you seen Matt yet, or?
I saw Matt whenever I was actually just about to come around the corner to try to like knock on the door.
Okay. Did he see you?
No, he had his back to me and he was coming out of the door, and then I got spooked and ran off.
How'd that make you feel?
And I thought to myself I should check myself into a mental hospital because I'm not really all that safe. And then on my way home, I had like this weird thing that was just like, well, if you want Shannon back and you can't get her back, you can like take her life force and then you'll be together forever. And so like I went home and I changed my clothes into all black and I grabbed a knife and I went over to her house and I approached the door, which I'm sure you'll see on her doorbell camera, Ring camera, at some point throughout your investigation. I twisted the doorknob. She screamed, "I will call the cops." And I slammed my shoulder into the door 2 times. After the first time she said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Because I think that she thought I was just being obnoxious and pounding on the door or something. Or honestly, I don't even know if she knew it was me until I got into the house because I had a bandage on my face whenever I was outside. And then the second shove gave way and I didn't make a noise. I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. I just started stabbing Shannon. And she didn't even realize what was happening until I had stabbed her a couple times. And she said, "Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? Chance, stop. Wait, please stop. I'm dying. I love you, I love you." And then she didn't speak another word. I don't know how many times I stabbed her. I know it's a lot. I also know that I cut her throat to speed up the process.
The autopsy report later revealed that Shannon had been stabbed more than 30 times across her upper body and suffered a deep slash to her throat. The numerous defensive wounds covering her body made it clear that she fought desperately to survive. But for investigators, it was not only the brutality of how Chance killed Shannon that disturbed them, but it was what he chose to do during the next 3 hours inside her home
that disturbed them even more.
Okay. And then what did Shannon's phone?
She has like a Samsung something with a mushroom case.
Okay. And then how did you come into possession of that?
Well, I took her house keys and her phone after I killed her.
Okay.
I don't really know why. I don't have her password or anything, and she has like the thumbprint, so you can't like get into it. But like, I took the keys. I screwed a piece of plywood to the front doors to keep it closed.
And then how did you get back out of the house? Through the back, or?
Yeah, through the back door. Okay. And I used the key to lock it up.
Okay. Why did you shut the front door like that?
To be completely honest with you, so our cats didn't get out.
Yeah, that's good. No, I mean,
I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but
you didn't want the cats to get out.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, there is a part of me that's very upset knowing that they slept together, because the first thing that Shannon said whenever she got out of our relationship was, "I need to be single for a while and really figure out my own shit."
Right.
And then I saw something that she wrote down saying, "I feel like I'm really falling into the same patterns with Chance with Matt, and I don't know how to feel about it."
Where did she write that down?
It's in her notes on her phone.
Okay. How did you get into her phone?
I used her thumb after I killed her.
Okay. So
I'm a full psycho stalker mode, dude.
Well,
I'm gonna be completely blatantly honest with you.
That's why we're here.
And like, yeah.
But if detectives had any reason to doubt Chance's version of events, the back porch camera at Shannon's house captured the horrifying moments of the attack, as Shannon's desperate screams echoed from inside the home. The hours after her death repeatedly showed Chance's shadow appearing at the window throughout the night. In one particularly chilling moment, his blood-soaked hand briefly appears against the window, serving as a haunting reminder of the crime that he had just committed.
Did you have sex with Shannon afterward? At that point, was she dead?
Yeah.
Did you feel aroused, like looking at her?
Not by like her deadness, but like I was still very sexually attracted to Shannon.
She was beautiful, right? So how long do you think that lasted?
All of like 5 or 10 minutes.
And did you wear a condom or?
It was another just acceptance of guilt.
Yeah. Do you remember where you ejaculated? Was it inside of her? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. How long do you think she had been dead at that point?
I don't know. She was definitely dead, eyes dilated. No, she let go of like what I presume is like the death rattle that they talked about, and completely limp, but her body was still warm.
So then you position her body. Why are you moving her body at that point?
Because the door is busted and her feet are about 1.5 feet maybe away from the door.
Okay.
And if I want to do any kind of going in and out of the front door, there's just a dead body right in blatant view.
Right.
So I rotated her 180 degrees, went outside, smoked a couple cigarettes.
When you say I went outside, did you go out front?
Yeah.
Okay.
Smoked a couple cigarettes after disconnecting the Wi-Fi to cut her security system off.
But in the end, despite the obsession, jealousy, and false accusations providing clear motives for Chance's horrifying actions, it was ultimately the sense of control and authority that he believed he had over Shannon that led to his downfall.
You mentioned earlier that if you took her life force, that you would feel closer to her. What does that mean exactly, like as far as?
Well, it's kind of like a Native American belief of like absorbing the soul whenever you kill an animal.
Okay.
And like, I don't know, like you're absorbing it and like, I don't know. I oftentimes whenever I'm experiencing episodes of psychosis, think that I'm a god.
Okay.
And will kind of view people as like just kind of things. I've never been violent to this extreme before, but I definitely just like, well, if I'm God and I take away your free will and I release your spirit, I take your spirit.
Okay.
And I mean, I still feel like that.
So are you, like as we speak right now, how are you feeling about like our interactions? Are you feeling like you're a god right now?
I mean, yeah.
And we're like objects in front of you?
I mean,
I just want to get your state of mind because, you know, we all have different lenses.
I mean, you're not necessarily objects, you are people of authority, and I am paying the price for like human laws and stuff like that because I am in a human vessel, but like, yeah, like definitely like a god and like can make things happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, clearly, right?
Yeah. Or it's the Ohm symbol. It represents the sound frequency that's been recorded and picked up throughout the entirety of the known and explored universe.
Mm-hmm.
It's often referred to as the God frequency. It's just kind of a religious representation kind of thing. Yeah.
But while
Chance appears to view himself as untouchable in some ways, he also seems to possess a disturbing awareness of the crime that he committed and the role he played in
taking a life.
Do you, like, historically, or even, like, let's say last night, did you feel a sense of, like, shame or guilt? Or did you feel bad? Do you feel bad, or do you just...
I feel guilty for taking Shannon away from the people that love her. And I know that a lot of people are gonna miss her. I do feel guilty about that, but...
Is that something you actually feel, or is that because you know in society that certain things are right and wrong in other people's eyes, right? Like, do you feel like...
That's a hard conversation to have because I don't really understand myself enough for that. Processing emotion is something that I've always really struggled with.
Okay.
Ever since I was a kid. Like, I'm more of an analyze emotion rather than, like, feel emotion.
Okay.
Individual. I'm losing everybody that has ever cared about me to this relationship. And I felt really alone. And I wanted Shannon back. And now I have her back. But I also wanted to take something away from her. But I had absolutely nothing to take away. And except your life. And so I fucking did it. I stabbed her over and over and over again until she couldn't speak and was making weird raspy sounds, and then I slit her throat open.
Sharing with me what happened, so at least her parents have a little bit of peace to know that the person responsible is in custody, right?
No, I'm a very eye for an eye type of person. I think that the only justice would have been if I was dead too.
Well, maybe her parents feel the same way. I don't know. It's something that they're gonna have to live with.
Mm-hmm. I took their favorite daughter.
Yeah, I want to make sure you're safe as well.
With all due respect, I'm a dumbass and a murderer, but I'm not somebody that runs away from my consequences.
No, I respect that. Yeah, I respect that. That's why I've been fair and with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can tell that you're accepting responsibility.
And as the interrogation came to an end, Chance did not avoid addressing Shannon's family directly, delivering a message while fully aware that what he had done was beyond forgiveness.
Is there anything that you would like me to tell James or Jamie, her mom or dad?
In your experience, do the parents of the victims even want to hear anything?
I think this is all going to be out there. The trial, everything else, they're going to know. I think they would like to know how you feel about what happened.
I want you to tell them that Shannon didn't deserve to be a victim of my shortcomings and mental illness.
Very good.
And I want you to tell him that I hope that the void that I've created in their lives can someday not feel so great as it does right now.
Chance Donahue was charged with aggravated murder, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse. In July of 2024, he accepted a plea agreement and later pleaded guilty on August 8th, 2024 to aggravated murder and abuse of a corpse. Chance was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 31 years and is currently incarcerated at Pickaway Correctional Institution in Ohio. If you found this case interesting, you need to check out my video on the evil father turned
killer.